to apologize for. Well, we've got a president today who's getting pretty good at apologizing, but see, he's apologizing to all the wrong people. So, Mr. President, with all due respect, next time that urge to apologize waves on over you, I have some suggestions for who to apologize to. How about apologizing to the 15 million Americans who are looking for work today? Or saying sorry, oops, after the 3 million jobs were lost after your forced-through stimulus package came down the pipe. Remember the $1 trillion stimulus package that we were promised it had to go through? We were promised unemployment would never rise above 8% if it were passed. With all those shovel-ready projects, remember? Actually, just apologize for the stimulus itself and make a joint apology, because you don't want to leave out Harry and Nancy and Barbara and all the others who were part of that lemon of a spending boondoggle, the biggest boondoggle in U.S. history. Really, folks, what did taxpayers get with that $1 trillion? Besides more debt, here's a couple of examples. Right here in Cali, here's a couple of things you got. Los Angeles got their $111 million from the stimulus package to create jobs, and they managed to eke out 55 jobs out of that That's $2 million per job. Speaking of $2 million, that's how much of stimulus money was given to the California Academy of Sciences to capture, photograph, and study ants in East Africa. I'm not kidding, but it gets better. The lead investigator justified that project by saying everyone has run into ants, he said, and now we need to listen to them. So let me get this straight. The left has been bragging for months about those expenditures and all of those shovel-ready projects that they were funding, and now we know all along that what they were really shoveling was not asphalt. They can't get the folks in Washington to listen to us, but they'll waste millions of your dollars and China's dollars on studying and hearing from the ants in East Africa. The priorities of politicians. How about, speaking of California, the priority of Barbara Boxer chairing the committee that has control over, she'd be able to turn on the water just up the road in the Central Valley. Save those family farms and to save those crops that have fed our nation for generations, and yet, instead, she'd rather protect the 2-inch fish. That little stickleback thing. Now, where I come from, we call it 2-inch fish. We call that bait. Our priorities. Well, how about reprioritizing? Here are a couple of ways to get us back on track. When we talk about spending, first, before we spend any more of the people's money, let's adopt a test that every one of President Reagan's economic actions had to pass. He always asked, will it serve to liberate? Will it empower the individual? Will it encourage us to reach for the stars? Or will it weaken us and drag us down into submission? Still a pretty good bar to set 28 years later, eh? Second suggestion, nobody tell Barack Obama what number comes after $1 trillion. No, really, we are not asking for too much. The American people want a government that stands up for the little guy and not fear union bosses and not kowtow to radical special interests. We want a competent government that knows overreach and overregulation strangles our small businesses, and the feds over taxation is killing jobs and killing the somewhere is producing something for a politician to be able to take and spend according to their priorities. That's not how America was built. That is not how our private sector will be able to grow and thrive and prosper and get the economy roaring back to life. You should be able to keep more of what it is that you earn and produce. A new way forward for America. 17 days from now, if we make this the biggest effort, the biggest turnout, the biggest GOP victory effort in our history, we're going to take back America for the people, for the unemployed, for the overtaxed, for the overregulated. See, there are no second chances in elections, and come November 3rd, I want to be able to wake up and say, yes, all of us, we did all that we could to put America back on the right track, to put government back on the right side. I want to be able to look in the mirror and say, yes, I did everything that I could to stop the liberals' big government, big spending, big tax, pessimistic agenda. Now, I know that some of you have already done, most of you have already done so much, and you've been tenacious in this fight, and you've been relentless, and you have been working so hard and making great sacrifices. But we need even more in these last couple of weeks. We need independence. We need the GOP. We need Reagan Democrats. We need all to be able to stand up together, united, all across America, stepping up to the plate, again, digging deep, walking those precincts, making those calls, making those contributions, stuffing the envelopes, getting out the vote, get behind Victory 2010. And mayors and on the local level. We've got good people with servants' hearts running for the right reasons all across the country. They can't win without you. Are you going to be there for them? Friends, we have the innocent lives. We have those with special needs. We have these gifts from God who remind us really at the end of the day what really matters. They need your support.